So back to the front page of the Punch. Let's start this way with the Ukraine diary. We'll start from Nigeria. Nigerian fighters must provide 1,000 US dollars for tickets, visa, Ukraine. You want to go and fight, but you provide $1,000.
That's over 500,000 naira. That's the end of. Nobody will bring that. The people that said that they want to go and fight in Ukraine, Nigerians that were putting their foot forward and say, send me to Ukraine, let me go and fight for another country. They know why. It was an exercise to try to escape from this country. Because the expectation is that if I'm going to fight for your country, you not just to enlist me in your army, you have to do everything for me, including giving me citizenship if necessary. But I'm surprised that, again, it's because the Ukrainians see this as probably, this is not what they meant when they said, come and fight for our country. We don't expect that from Nigeria, people will enlist. I think they're talking about, it was a tongue-in-cheek statement asking Americans to support them, asking the West, and NATO and the rest to throw their their hearts in the ring for them in this war against Russia. But when they heard that people from Nigeria are trying to enlist, probably don't want to discourage them. They put that caveat. $1,000 is a lot of money, and I don't think the Nigerian government will sanction that kind of activity to happen. So it is what it was. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
But on the Russia-Ukraine front, the nuclear power plant, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant was attacked yesterday by Russians. President Zelensky, in an address to the world, said he has spoken to the leaders of the UK, the US, the EU, Poland, and Germany, and that Russia is using imaging technology to attack the world's largest nuclear power plant in Zaporizhzhia, and that if that plant goes off, it will be Chernobyl 10 times. Remember Chernobyl in 1986? It was the world's biggest nuclear disaster. In fact, that place is an abandoned site in Ukraine today. The world has not recovered from Chernobyl. And Mr. Zelensky is saying that 10 times Chernobyl if that place goes off. But this morning when I woke up, I saw the news that everything, they put out the fire. Everything under control. The reactors are safe, and that safety has been established at that nuclear power plant. It's a Putin madness, as some international newspapers are calling it. The Daily Mail today, in its front page, said, "Who will stop the rantings of this madman?" And they put Putin big head there.
Profound headlines
in the Daily Mail of the UK this morning. So that's where the world is going now. They're asking the question about Mr. Putin. What does he really want? And who's going to really stop him? He looks unstoppable now. Yesterday he had a telephone call with the French President Macron, and they spoke for 90 minutes. It was only one message he was telling Macron: I will achieve my
goal.
Inside Ukraine. I will demilitarize them. I will denazify them. I will kill the neo-Nazi elements in the Ukraine. That's what he kept saying. I don't know if at this point Joe Biden, the US president, can speak with him, but clearly Mr. Putin has his ambitions, and nothing is stopping him. He's circling Ukraine completely. As we're talking now, people are dying now. I mean, the attack before was to hit maybe military positions in the Ukraine. They are hitting civilian targets now, and more civilians are dying. They're attacking residential buildings, and it appears that they're sparing no one. Of course, only one town, Kherson, in the south, the south port city of Kherson, that has been taken by the Russians. But Mariupol, another port city, is under a very grievous attack this morning, and it's only a matter of time before that town also goes to the Russians. And then the convoy to Kyiv, and combat is moving. I think this weekend will give us a clear picture of what will eventually happen with Ukraine. Prime Minister Boris Johnson last night called for another United Nations Security Council meeting, an emergency meeting of Security Council, because he's saying this is already a threat to Europe. That's what he's saying. The safety of Europe is now a threat. Is now under threat. Given the activities of Russia and Ukraine. So I don't know. This weekend is crucial. The meetings that will take place and decisions that will be taken will probably change the course of this operation in the Ukraine, or probably justify, or rather quicken the Russian ambition in the Ukraine. Watch and see how it happens. We're safe away from there. We're here. We're watching this and analyzing it. But I really sympathize with people right at that place, at the epicenter of this crisis. Nigerian students are coming back. The airline operations to bring them back is already taking place. I hear that one of the problems they have is that people refuse to come. Once they get inside that place, I'm going to say no. I'm not going. So the airline refused to take off because the plane was half filled.
But I also hear that if you don't have your papers, you'll also not be allowed to get on the plane.
All that will be taken care of. Yeah, you have to be. Of course, you can't just disappear.
Yes.
You have to show like a human being. You are documented. So immigration issues were also caused delay. One airline said their air crew have to rest for 9 hours because they've been traveling. They just got down to Abuja and they sent them straight here. So they have to do 9-hour precautionary rest before by the air crew. That was another problem. So effectively, nobody flew yesterday, but early this morning I've seen people inside the airplane already, But there was this question of one plane, a very big plane was half filled, and the airline is saying we can't take off if it's half filled. Document the others, let them come in. And there were people who are saying that we can't come in now. It just became clear to them that I'm going back home to Nigeria. So most of them will be people without paid documentation. They know that if they go to Nigeria, they ain't coming back. Yeah, because that's your update for the Ukraine-Russian war. It takes our time a lot these days.
But, it's worth